What is SEO? How to get started with search engine optimization. In this video, I show you how to perform keyword research, audit your website, improve your own page, and implement off-page optimizations. I will also introduce several tools to get the SEO job done. This is an SEO training session for beginners. You don't need any skills or experience to understand my tips. After you watch this video, you will be able to perform search engine optimization on your website right away. Stay tuned. Hi there, my name is Ben. I am the founder and CEO of Prodimart, a digital marketing agency based in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Click on the closed captions button below if you want to watch this video with English or Vietnamese subtitles. Search engine optimization, or SEO, is a technique of understanding what online users are looking for. Based on this information, we create or update content that answers their queries. It happens through search engines like Google. People input key phrases in the tool and the search engine returns the most suitable web pages to satisfy those requests. How can you get people to find your website? Online users can visit your domain in different ways. The most common online traffic sources are direct access to the website, from a referral, from a search engine, from social media, or from paid advertising. This chart compares the traffic sources of several branded websites. As you can see, there is not much traffic coming from social media channels or online advertising. On the other side, many people directly visit those domains because they are famous brands. Some traffic also comes from referrals, which are mostly backlinks. And in the middle, we notice the significant search source of visitors. Most websites have similar traffic source profiles. Online users find them from organic sources, meaning Google search for the most part. This is the reason why SEO is the right strategy to develop your website's growth. Search engine optimization helps you rank your website high on the search engine results page. This way, your content becomes visible to people looking for this information. The purpose of SEO is to make it easy for the search engines to understand your web page's content. Also, you must show them that your web pages are good enough to rank. Let's learn how to improve your website visibility and its organic rankings. Google is the main source of traffic for most websites, including small ones. The search engine wants to serve the best web pages to answer users' queries. To achieve that, Google must understand the online content available across the internet. Then, it will index it into a huge database. Every time someone asks for something, Google delivers what it thinks to be the best reply. At the end of the day, when you perform SEO, you optimize for human people, but also for the search engines like Google. When you run a search engine optimization campaign on your website, you want to reach these two goals. Rank high for specific keywords, attract qualified visitors to your web pages. The problem is that you are not the only one doing this. Except if you are in a very small or new niche market, many competitors will claim these rankings and traffic. Besides, the ranking factors and search engine algorithms change with time. Nothing is fixed. You must invest a continuous effort to ensure your website will reach the top and stay there. Why do you want your web pages to rank high on the Google search engine results page, or SERP? This graph shows the click-through rate, CTR, of the Google organic results. As you can see, most people click on the highest positions. Over 27% trust the first link, while only 2% give a chance to the bottom position of the first page results. Very few people check the second page of Google. So if you want to get visitors, your SEO campaign must bring you up to the top 1 position. How Google understands your content does not only rely on Google's side. You have some work to do on your website to make the magic happen. For example, you must make sure that your web pages are indexable and that nothing prevents search engines from crawling them. Of course, your page content must also be clear. If Google doesn't understand it, you cannot rank on the SERP. SEO is challenging because there is lots of content across the internet. Anyone can publish anything at any time. Search engines must filter the good from the bad content. Your job is to help them. Now it's time to learn search engine optimization techniques. Frankly speaking, SEO can quickly become complex. There is a long checklist of factors to optimize, and it is quite technical sometimes. But don't worry, as I told you at the beginning of this training video, you can get started even if you have no experience. When you know your products and services well, you can already make a big difference with content marketing. I will show you 4 main SEO areas: website technical optimizations, keyword research, on-page optimizations, off-page optimizations. Let's dig into the details. To make your website understandable by search engines, you must focus on these 4 essential SEO items: indexability, web structure, linking, core web vitals. I list indexability first because it is a showstopper for SEO. Remember that if you want your website to show up on SERP, search engines like Google must crawl your web pages to index your content into its database. But what if there is an error that blocks those web spiders? If Google cannot visit your website for some reason, you will never appear on the results page when people type key phrases. Later in this video, I will introduce the tools needed to verify your indexability. Your website architecture follows your sitemap. It must be intuitive for online users to navigate. Pay attention to your URL structure. They must be short, not have too many subfolders, and the slug should ideally include the keywords for which the web page is ranking. If you need a different section for your domain, like a user portal, consider creating subdomains. You certainly know that linking plays an important part in SEO. There are 3 main families of links. The backlinks, I will talk about them in the off-page section of this video. The external or outbound links that you send out to other domains, and the internal links. In your website, internal links help search engine bots crawl more efficiently your domain. Make sure they are not broken. You want internal links to connect your web pages by creating relevant and meaningful context. Check out your core web vitals. Those are metrics that quantify your website's performance. No one likes to wait for ages for a page to load. Make sure to optimize your image's size, your JavaScript, your CSS, your web font, etc. Most people visit websites on their smartphones, so pay attention to your mobile friendliness. The country from where the online users access your website also significantly affects your core web vitals performance. Keyword research is a pillar of the search engine optimization process. Your goal is to publish content that people are looking for. Fortunately, many tools help you identify this demand. For example, here on SEMrush, I input the key phrase SEO for beginners to learn some valuable insights. In the US, the monthly search volume of this keyword is quite interesting. However, it is extremely competitive and almost impossible to rank for. You can see on the SERP analysis section that if I publish a web page ranking for this key phrase, I will compete against big brands to reach the top 10 results on Google. SEMrush also gives me an estimation of people's search intent for this keyword, which is mostly informational, and many keyword variation ideas in case I want to investigate more. If I analyze the keyword SEO for beginner on Ahrefs, I find similar insights. Note that they are slightly different though, because those tools have separate databases. Personally, I love to cross-check this kind of analysis because we never have enough data. To look for the best keywords, consider these 4 factors: relevance, search volume, user intent, competition. Relevance is how the keywords are connected to your domain. If your website is all about selling cosmetics, you will have a hard time ranking legal advice services, for example. The search volumes approximately indicate how many people, for a given country, type this keyword on the search engine bar. It doesn't mean you should only try to rank keywords with high search volumes. Typically, broad keywords are ultra competitive and the purchase intent is rather low. It may be a good strategy to look for low search volume keywords for which online users are more likely to convert. This is exactly what the user intent is about. If your purpose is only to publish informative content, it is fine, but do not expect people to purchase your products or services. You must understand what the keyword implies in terms of user intent. For example, long-tail keywords are usually closer to the bottom of the sales funnel than one-word generic ones. Whatever the topic and keyword, you are not the only one to rank for it. Before you activate your SEO campaign, you must analyze your competitors' performance. It gives you an estimation of the effort you must make to get to the top positions. Remember the quick analysis of SEO for beginners. If you want to rank for this key phrase, you will struggle. You must analyze those 4 keyword research factors together and not separately. Relevance, search volume, user intent, and competition will all define your SEO strategy and action plan. Once you have your keywords, you can consider the necessary on-page optimizations. First, decide which target pages you want to optimize. Don't forget that search engines rank web pages and not entire websites. You should only focus on the most important. For example, it is probably a waste of time to do SEO on your privacy policy page. The most important items to optimize on your web pages are page title, meta description, subheads, body content, images. The title is one of the first pieces of content that web spiders crawl to understand your page. Optimize it with keywords, make it descriptive and meaningful, and keep it under 60 characters including spaces. The meta description is the 3 lines of text that appear under your headline on the SERP. They convince online users to click on your web page. Like the page title, include keywords, make it both relevant and engaging, and under 155 characters total. The subheads break down your article into smaller pieces. The H1 header is the most important. Then come the H2, the H3, etc. Keep them short, on point, and include your keywords if possible. Your body text is the heart of your page content. Don't hesitate to watch my digital training video about SEO copywriting for more details. Overall, just do your best to write amazing content to beat your competitors. Google Images account for around 20% of searches. You want to optimize your images not only for their quality and size but also for their alt text that should include keywords too. Once you publish great content on your web page, the final step is to promote it thanks to an outreach strategy. How do search engines like Google find new web pages? They crawl the internet via links. I told you earlier that there are 3 main kinds of links. Backlinks are those coming from other domains and pointing at yours. They are crucial, not only because they allow the web spiders to find you, but also because they are considered as votes for your domain. If someone points at your web page, it means it is good enough to be quoted. We don't precisely know how the Google algorithm ranks websites. However, we are sure that backlinks are one of the top factors. You want to attract them to become an authoritative source of information. I will explain in a separate digital training video how to earn valuable backlinks for your domain. For now, understand that you want those backlinks to come from valuable domains and not from a random blog managed by a scammer. Great backlinks are a combination of trusted referrals and domain relevance. Be aware that link building is one of the hardest jobs for SEO experts. As you can see, it requires some effort to make your website visible to people. SEO takes time. Even if you are good at optimizing your domain, you still depend on search engines, which are the ones to crawl your content to serve it to the world. Besides, search engine algorithms change every day. You should keep an eye on those minor updates. Especially, pay extra attention to the Google core algorithm updates that occur once or twice a year. They significantly change the search results and you can lose all your website traffic. Now, let me show you which metrics matter the most for search engine optimizations. SEO has two main goals: bring qualified traffic to your website, rank for relevant keywords. Ultimately, you want conversions. Just keep in mind that it is challenging to measure conversions coming from search engine optimization. SEO is a long-term strategy and there are many indirect or side effect impacts. The 4 best metrics to measure SEO efficiency on your website, besides the traffic and the keyword rankings I mentioned previously, are domain rating, impressions, CTR, referral domains. The domain rating is an aggregate score of the value of your website. A newly published domain has a score of 0. If you are Google-like, you will have a 100 scale. So the highest the score, the better. Impressions represent the number of times that your web pages show up on the search engine results pages. If you are doing good SEO, you are expected to increase your visibility there. The CTR, which stands for click-through rate, is the next step after the impressions. It calculates how many times online users click or tap on your link out of the total number of times you were displayed on the SERP. The higher the percentage, the more people are interested in your preview content. I told you that backlinks are a thing in SEO. The number of referral domains, and above all their quality, is a great indicator of how well your organic campaign is performing. If highly authoritative domains point at your website, it means you are a valuable source of information. To run an SEO campaign, you need tools. Since there are many, I cannot introduce them all to you. Let's focus on this short list. You can find the links to those SEO tools in this video description. When you have a website, you must install Google Analytics. This free tool helps you understand your website audience profiles and how they interact with your web pages. The Google Search Console is another free but powerful software from Google. Besides providing more insights into your website's performance, it also identifies technical fixes to consider, like the indexability of your web pages that are introduced at the beginning of this video. Google Tag Manager allows you to place trackers pretty much everywhere on your website, so you follow up on what happens there. For example, you can know how many visitors click on a specific button or how many of them reach the thank you page of your sales funnel. The Google Business Profile, formerly Google My Business, is another great way to boost the online visibility of your business. Later in this video, I will come back to this and share a few words about local SEO. The first paid SEO tool you should have by default is Screaming Frog. It is a web spider that crawls all your web pages to report their status on a single dashboard. It is extremely useful. SEMrush is another staple SEO tool for digital marketers. It shows tons of insights about your website's health, including site audit, on-page SEO, keyword performance, backlink profile, and even social media. Ahrefs is mostly known for its amazing backlink tools, but it is also strong with keyword analysis. I like to compare SEMrush and Ahrefs Insights because they have different databases. Using only one of them is enough to do some serious SEO. You can evaluate the technical core web vitals of your domain thanks to many tools. Here I am showing the PageSpeed Insights tool from Google, which is free and does the job correctly. If you want to get more detailed directions for fixes, you may want to consider paid tools like GTmetrix, Pingdom, or KeyCDL. With SEO, we want to monitor content plagiarism across the internet. Copyscape does it quite well. You can also consider other tools like Check Plagiarism or Siteliner. I have just explained how search engine optimization works, what the 4 main SEO areas are, and which tools you need to use in order to run a great organic campaign. Now you have enough knowledge to get started and optimize your website to attract qualified traffic and rank for your keywords. Remember that SEO takes time to enjoy significant results. We are not running online ads. You must be patient. To cover a little bit more on SEO, let me share a few words on artificial intelligence, App Store optimization, video SEO, and local SEO. In 2023, everyone was talking about content generated by artificial intelligence. On one side, there are chatbots like ChatGPT that answer your questions live. On the other side, you have AI copywriting assistants like Jasper that help you produce content. Are they great support for SEO? Yes, definitely. However, be aware that you cannot totally rely on those tools for now. Up to date, you still need a human brain to revise this AI-generated content before publishing. I find those tools mostly interesting for their quickness of execution. They save tons of time. If you know how they work, from which database they source their content, and how to take advantage of them, then yes, use artificial intelligence tools to follow the latest SEO trends. You can also optimize your mobile applications for searches. We call this ASO, which is the acronym for App Store Optimization and the equivalent of SEO for websites. ASO is much lighter than SEO though. The reason is that the ecosystem for mobile apps is totally different from the World Wide Web. On Android, they host your application on Google Play. On iOS, apps are in the Apple Store. You must follow their rules to get noticed. To do good ASO, you should optimize your application name, icon, subtitle or description, reviews or ratings, screenshots, application size, categories, and tags. Like SEO, I strongly recommend you perform market research and competitive benchmarking before launching any ASO campaign. Video SEO allows your videos to capture more potential viewers interested in your content. Keep in mind that, for now, search engines are still not able to fully understand video content. A great way to do VSEO is to add the complete transcript when you upload, as text is by far more understandable than images or audio. Here is a quick VSEO checklist. Video title, description, thumbnail, links, categories, and tags. And again, don't forget to insert the script of your video as it makes a big difference in searches. As I said earlier in this video, your Google Business Profile is the best digital asset to optimize your brand for local SEO. It helps local businesses rank higher for geolocated searches like queries, including the words "near me." The most important information to update on your Google Business Profile for local SEO are your business name, physical address, phone number, website URL. And this information must be the same everywhere across the internet. Besides, your brand also ranks for local SEO thanks to factors like online reviews, directories, backlinks, mobile friendliness, or the distance between the search query and your business physical address. Make sure to regularly post at least once a week, upload images, update your services or products listing in your Google Business Profile. We covered all the basics of SEO. It is time to test your new organic optimization superpowers. Remember that you must practice a lot if you want to tune your SEO skills. Before I end this video, let me share my traditional pro tips to help you improve. I listed 8 proven techniques that make a difference when it comes to search engine optimization. There is good and bad SEO. White hat SEO respects online users and search engine policies. Black hat SEO tries to waive those rules, for example by purchasing backlinks to get some non-genuine domain authority boost. Never go for black hat SEO. If you are a serious business, you must follow the rules. Otherwise, your website can get penalties or even be completely de-indexed from search engine databases. SEO is a never-ending process. Even if you reach the first position on Google, there is no guarantee you will stay there because other web pages also compete with yours and search engine algorithms constantly change. Don't get swamped. Focus on the most important SEO factors that are introduced in this video. There is always something to do, but 80% of your SEO performance comes from only 20% of the main ranking factors. Use your robots.txt file to guide web spiders and prevent them from crawling through web pages like login portals, contact forms, or shopping carts. You don't want them to be public. Orphan pages are web pages that are not connected to any others via links. This is a problem for search engines because they cannot find them with their spider bots. Orphan pages don't get indexed and so cannot rank on search engine results pages. Use the tools I introduced earlier in this video to identify standalone pages and fix your links. When you build your website, make sure to keep a simple architecture. All your web pages should ideally be found in a maximum of 3 clicks under your home page. Be aware that your website taxonomy will be harder to change later as you grow. Make it right from the beginning. You have certainly noticed that few Google organic results look different from the others. They have FAQs or 5-star reviews that make them look better and attract more clicks. We call them rich snippets. To implement them, you need to add some pieces of code to your web pages. Use the schema markup validator to see what you have implemented on your domain so far. Get the link to this free tool in the description of this video. Blogs are extremely useful for SEO. During your competitive benchmark, you will often notice that many brands rank high on Google SERP thanks to their articles. It may be a good idea to do the same and hopefully better. Create a blog section on your website and publish amazing pieces of content to boost your SEO. Referral domains are a crucial factor for organic ranking. You must be thoughtful when you work on your backlink strategy. Many marketers like to generate many links coming from specific domains. For your information, learn that 10 backlinks coming from 10 different domains are worth much more than 10 backlinks all coming from a unique website. If you receive 1 million backlinks from the same referral, that's a red flag, and most certainly black hat SEO that you want to get rid of. Thanks for watching this SEO training video. As you can see, search engine optimization is not rocket science. There are tons of factors to consider, but if you focus on the most important ones, you will enjoy significant organic results. Like always, I will answer any questions you may have. Write them in the comment section below and I will be happy to share my expertise. Now, I am pretty sure you have some SEO work to do. Good luck and take care!